Tonight, we break down Week 9 in the National Football League. It is hard to believe, but right now, we are at the halfway point of this year's NFL regular season. We said it at the start of the season. Hold on tight, because the NFL season will fly by so fast. Week after week, the games continue to get crazier, and Week 9 was no exception. Tonight, we also bring to you our Week 10 prediction battles. We also reveal who has the lead in this year's NFL prediction battles for this year's season. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers for winning the World Series against the Arizona Diamondbacks in 5 games. Plus, we bring to you the latest breaking news in the NBA, the NFL, and so much more. Showtime.
Good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
All right, here we are, folks. It is a Tuesday, and we are live once again. It is good to be back with y'all. I'm Ezra Vickery, and welcome to our Nation Sports Show. It is the time once again to talk all things sports with everybody here. We hope you all are having a great Tuesday, great evening, or morning, depending on where you're watching this in the world. We got a lot to get into. A lot of great sports happened over the past week. We thank everybody for tuning into our special Halloween edition last week, where it was fun seeing some of us dressed in costume. And it was pretty cool to see everybody and talk about stuff with you guys last week. But this week it's even busier because we got a lot to do and not a lot of window to do it, but we're going to get it in for all y'all. So, of course, let's get into the ways you can interact with us first. And that is on Twitter at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/Our Nation Sports Show, and Instagram.com/Our Nation Sports Show. Don't forget to follow Too Sweet Cosplay across all of our socials. Where you can hit us up there. Too Sweet Cosplay is, of course, my cosplay crew. We do wrestling cosplay specifically. We will be our next appearance. Hopefully, will be C2E2 next year. We might do some scattered wrestling shows. We'll be there separately or in smaller groups, but find us out there as well. Also, don't forget to follow Nation's Corner at Nation's Corner across socials, and the Nation's Corner on the YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel, it's pretty cool because we got a big show coming up. Of course, it's a lot of talk of pro wrestling this week with everything going on. The news that NXT will be moving to the CW next year. Wrestle Kingdom cards shaping up after this weekend's Power Struggle event. And, of course, Crown Jewel, which happened this past week as well. And the guys and gal are going to have a lot to talk about this Saturday. So join them Saturday on the YouTube, youtube.com/Nation's Corner, to get in on all the wrestling discussion. But enough of my yapping and enough of my self-promotion, which I love to do. There is a lot to get into, and we got the four-headed trio back tonight after a little while. And of course, let's bring in, of course, the king of the Crimson Tide himself, Mr. JT, Joey Thornton. What's up, buddy?
What is up, everybody? Hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday. And yes, if you're watching this, yes, I'm not speaking in my actual voice. Having a little bit of nasal congestion the past 2 days, but that ain't gonna stop me from doing what I love on Tuesday nights, and that's coming on here and talking about sports. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Yes, sir. And back with us after a little bit of a hiatus. He is the leader of the Niner gang. He's the one, the only KR, Kevin Rory. What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's good to be back and can't wait to talk about this wild NFL season and this past Sunday. And man, I just hope I don't turn out to be a meme like like Dak Prescott was for the Dallas Cowboys. Jesus Christ, there's so many memes I've seen, and the funniest one yet, and all my wrestling fans will know when he dove on the ball and he went head first. There was a meme of the Undertaker tombstoning him. And I got to say, I don't want to be a meme like Dak Prescott. So everybody, let's get ready to talk some sports and hopefully not become a meme with this.
Well. It would surprise me if we did with the show. The way this show's a fucking train wreck. But anyways,
Come on, man.
But anyways, Kevin, if Dak keeps up with plays like that, his season will rest in peace. Let me tell you. But let's bring in the patriarch of this show, my heavy metal brother from North Carolina. This man bleeds for his love of music and sports more than John Moxley bleeds during the week of a match. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Big Steven Wyatt.
I don't know about bleeding as much as Moxley does, but what's going on, everybody? We are here to talk about the wild weekend in the NFL. Lots to get into. NBA, the World Series wrapped up last week with the Rangers beating the Diamondbacks in 5 games. And just a lot of crazy stuff happened on this weekend in the NFL. And without further ado, let's get to it.
Exactly. We do got a lot to get into. Absolutely. Let's see. There's a lot there truly is a lot to get into, and that's not a hyperbole. There is a lot. But real quick, before we start the sports discussion, no, we're gonna go ahead and start it because I was gonna say, quick throw out to some sad news that happened. If you're a music fan, the passing of the owner of the Rainbow Bar and Grill and the Whiskey Go-Go in Los Angeles, 2 major spots in the world of music, especially our love of rock music. He was the owner who took it over from his dad. He passed away at the age of, I believe it was 73 years old. And just want to send our quick condolences to him, because without him, his father's vision of the Rainbow Bar and Grill and the Whiskey Go-Go, a lot of the rock bands like Van Halen and Motley Crue and Judas Priest and stuff, whether it be bands from the LA scene or whatever, wouldn't have the opportunity to play and get their name value out at places like the Whiskey and then going out to the Rainbow, where some of the most legendary rock and roll parties happened in the 80s. So definitely want to send our condolences to the family and friends of the owner of Rainbow Bar and Grill and the Whiskey Go-Go. Yes. Just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Also, real quick, wanted to say a quick congratulations in the world of wrestling real quick to Gunther, who this past week became the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in history. So I want to say that real quick too. But let's get into the sports, guys. Let's talk about the World Series and what an epic World Series it was. And we have new World Series champions in the Texas Rangers. Rangers won the final game 5-0. Very devastating fashion the past 2 games. In game 4, winning 11-7, and in this one, winning 5-0, cementing their first World Series championship in their 52-year career, at 52-year length as a franchise. And it looked to be a competitive series starting off, but then once the Rangers went for the throat, that was it. That 11-7 kind of changed. And you figured it, even with the injuries that they had at the end, including to Max Scherzer, that was a big blow. They lost them for the rest of the World Series. You figured maybe the flow and the dynamic might change to the D-backs getting a couple wins, but they said no. And they held on, and they were able to come through. And like like I said, get their first World Series title in franchise history. So I want to talk with, especially we're going to start with Joey on this, because Joey, being the big baseball guy that he is, what are your thoughts on the Rangers capturing the first title ever and the way the World Series panned out?
Honestly, I'm very proud of Texas. I mean, they went out and played like they were supposed to play. Going into the postseason, nobody gave them much of a chance because, I mean, yeah, they did finish, I believe it was second in the American League West, if I'm not mistaken. Or
Yes,
maybe,
They did, yes.
that's right. They did finish second in the American League West. So nobody really was giving them much of a chance. Nobody was. And honestly, I can see where everybody was coming from because Texas, they were an up and down team throughout the regular season. They were. And then of course they had a little bit more ups and downs. So nobody really gave them much of a chance. But then they shut out the team that had the second best record in the American League, that of course being Tampa Bay, 2-0. And then everybody was like, oh, well, maybe this Texas team is something special. And then they go to the team that had the best record in the American League, that of course being the Baltimore Orioles, and completely shut them out 3-0. And everybody was like, whoa, this Texas team is really stepping up. And then they go to the American League Championship Series and then on to the World Series. And it's just like, I mean, the Texas Rangers, they literally came alive when they needed to the most. And the fact that it wasn't just one player for Texas.
No.
It was that whole entire team, whether it was the pitching, the hitting, the fielding, heck, even the coaching. It all stepped up a notch. And honestly, I am very proud of the Texas Rangers. I mean, they went out and did something that, if I remember correctly, has never been done before, and that is the fact not only winning their first World Series championship ever as a franchise, but they also went undefeated on the road
Yes,
in
they
the
did.
postseason. I mean, this was a team that finished under 500 in the regular season on the road, a mere 40-41. But then come playoff time, it's like they turned over a new leaf. I mean, this Rangers team, they were completely dominant. They are going 11-0 on the road in this entire postseason, and that is definitely something worth mentioning, and that's also something that you're probably not going to see again in a very, very long time.
And I'll
And
tell
as
you
I
where,
mentioned, yeah,
and I'll
and
tell
as
you,
I mentioned, Texas, it was not just one player. It was the whole entire team. Whether it was Scherzer on the mound, Adolis Garcia hitting, Corey Seager hitting. I mean, this team was completely dominant. And keep in mind that I think it was after the end of Game 3, I believe it was, Adolis Garcia had that back injury to where he was out for the rest of the World Series. So you
Yep.
thought that,
Yep.
yeah, so you thought with him being out, and keep in mind, he was the MVP of the American League Championship Series. Everybody thought that once he was going to be out, everybody thought, oh, well, maybe Arizona will now have a chance. But Texas was like, you know what? Our brother is down and out. We need to play for him. We need to go out and give it all we got, even though he's going to be sitting on the bench. And that's exactly what they did. So kudos to Bruce Bochy. Kudos to the Texas Rangers for an absolute amazing performance on the road, just an absolute amazing performance in the postseason. Your 2023 World Series champion, Texas Rangers. Congratulations, fellas. You deserved it.
couldn't have said it any better. Highlighted by Carolina boy Corey Seager being the MVP of the World Series.
That's right.
Absolutely, man. And I know Bruce Bochy, I think, that's his, how many World Series does he have now?
I think that's his third, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's his third or fourth. I'm trying to remember. I'm looking it
Yeah,
up.
because he won one with the Giants a couple years ago.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. Here we go.
The Hall of Fame resume
times.
continues to grow. Ooh,
Four-time
Wow.
World Series.
4
20
times. Okay.
2010, 2012, 2014, and of course this year. So
Nice.
The Hall of Fame resume continues to stack up.
absolutely.
right.
And we're right now. We'd also want to say real quick, also too, it, like you said, Adolis Garcia went down with that. You said back injury, and then of course Max Scherzer went out with that the injury to his abdomen, also too.
Yep.
That's right.
Those are two key cogs to that machine. Scherzer on the mound, and Chapman out there in the field. You look at both guys. Those are two key cogs to the machine in order for that victory to come. But you know what? Like you said, they stepped up. They came to play, and they really, 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 really showcased what having heart and determination can do for you in this type of sport, and that is lead you to success and lead you to championship glory. And congrats to the Texas Rangers, first title in their franchise's history, which is amazing. We've seen that a couple times the past couple of years, with people getting their first championships in their franchise's history. So cool thing. Now the off season is going. I know, Kevin, you wanted something to say. I know your mic was turned off for a second, brother.
Oh no, I was just saying the same thing y'all said. It's good to finally have a new champion, especially in baseball. Even though I will say there was a lot of viewerships. The viewership was really down for this year's World Series, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's because there's a lot of casuals, but I like the fact the other new teams that are in it playing for it. I'm just a fan of that.
I think, Kevin, the reason is it's two teams. It's not two powerhouse teams that you would expect to be in a World Series. It's not like it's the New York Yankees, or it's not like it's the freaking Boston the Dodgers or something like that. Even the Atlanta Braves. Even the Atlanta Braves,
or even the Astros, because I mean,
teams like that who are usually World Series contenders, and they're going to be the ones that are going to draw the biggest viewership, because those are the teams that you expect to be in that spot, but they're not. It's two teams that nobody expected to make it that far, who ended up making it to the biggest game of their lives. I think that's part of the reason why the viewership went down, is because it's part of it is people's attention spans on how long they sit and watch a game, but it's also the fact is that a lot of it has to do with when you, it's kind of like the NFL. If somehow the fucking Saints were to take on the Carolina Panthers in a Super Bowl, never happened in 1,000 years, obviously, but if that were the case, it would not be the biggest viewed Super Bowl in history. But if it was Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills or something crazy, or be something like Green Bay Packers versus Buffalo Bills or something, then I would expect it, because that's two legendary franchises or two legendary teams taking on each other. But it's not that case when it came to the D-backs and the Rangers.
But then again, one thing that needs to come across to all sports fans in general is the fact that, yes, the regular season counts, but at the same time, like it is for the NHL, the NBA, the Major League Baseball, NFL, college, it doesn't matter. Come postseason time, you might as well throw those records out the window, because it is a whole new ball game. It is a whole new season starting. So it honestly should not matter about teams that are expected to get in. What matters is the fact that the two hardest fought, the two most well-played teams made the World Series, and that's what needs to matter.
Agreed,
absolutely. Want to give a shout out in the chat real quick to our boy William Gyron. What's up, sir? I hope you're having a good day.
William, good evening, sir.
And a shout out to a new guy, Bo Morse, who joined in and said, "Go Commanders."
My boy, my bro. That's my bro. That's my bro from my brother from another mother. We just got back from Virginia on Sunday. Went to the Tool concert on Saturday, and we were at the Dirty Honey show on Wednesday last week. We all had a damn good time. It was a good time of live music.
And our boy Randy just popped in. Hey, Randy, hope you're
doing well. And I know Randy's rejoicing the fact that Josh McDaniels has been fired.
And we'll definitely, we're gonna get, you know what, we are gonna get into that here in a minute, because I know we got a lot of news to get into and all that too on that real quick. But also real quick, in the world of baseball, we had some management changes, I believe, and that is the Cubs had let go of their former manager and World Series champion catcher David Ross, And the Cubs have, I believe, they have hired Craig Counsell.
That's right. The former Milwaukee Brewers manager, Craig Counsell.
Yeah, Craig Counsell will be taking over the management duties for the Chicago Cubs moving forward. And then, if I'm not mistaken, didn't David Ross get picked up?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything about that today.
Oh, no, he hasn't yet. But as a Chicago sports fan, I want to say thank you to Dave Ross for all that you've done for us, helping us out, getting us to playoff contention and all that stuff, and of course being part of the big World Series team. So thank you. Yeah, we had that going on. And also there were some contracts that were declined. I know that in my world. I know that Cody Bellinger has declined his this latest offer he got, and Tim Anderson from the White Sox is also now testing free agency as well.
Yep. And there's also something that I feel like we need to bring up, and that is the fact that former legendary player and former legendary manager himself, Dusty Baker, has officially called it a career.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, a lot has happened since the last episode of our show. Yeah, Dusty Baker. We remember we addressed that on the show last week, that there was a rumor going around that Dusty was going to retire. Well, literally the day after it was announced, Dusty told one of the big papers,
USA Today.
He told USA Today that he is going to be retiring after this year. So amazing career for Dusty Baker, Hall of Fame career, and well-deserved retirement. Enjoy your retirement as you should. So definitely congratulations to Dusty Baker on calling it a career after so long. And I believe that's it for right now. So as far as big MLB news, so let's get into some NBA real quick, because there was a couple of big things. First off, I want to mention real quick the 154-point game that happened last night in fucking sanity.
Oh my God.
Oh.
For 152 points scored by the Indiana Pacers over the Spurs, 41-point victory.
I feel so bad for Victor Wembanyama. I mean, 155 to 111. My gosh. Whoa. I mean, 81 points in the first half alone by Indiana.
Yeah.
No, actually, it was 86. 86 points in the first half,
Yeah.
but still, my gracious.
Good Lord.
Have mercy.
You want to talk about big points? We got to talk about, real quick, the 76ers-Wizards game. Fucking Joel Embiid, 48 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block shot, 1 steal. On another freaking level.
Woo.
Absolutely, but
Crazy.
absolutely, but yet one thing, and I mentioned this during the pre-show, one thing that I said last week, and that is the fact that a certain team that has 4 huge egos on the same side of the ball, on the same team, is not going to get a job done. And my point was proven last night. Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Clippers still suck.
Oh, by the way, I want to say real quick, Joel Embiid had
Awful.
29 points in the third quarter.
Yeah. But yeah, I believe there's a certain somebody who has been off the show the past few weeks that I feel he needs to give his own opinion on the whole James Harden trade. So, Kevin, take the floor, brother.
Yeah, the floor is yours, my friend. Go ahead. Be my guest.
Well, what the Clippers have assembled wasn't an already epic failure with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George year in and year out. It absolutely hit the fucking roof with this. I mean, the Clippers take 1 foot forward and 2 steps back. And what I mean by that is they get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard some help. Then they take a step back by trying to bring in John Wall. Then they take a step forward, bringing in Russell Westbrook, who was a key member to some of those wins last year at the end of the year. Russ has been playing good for the Clippers. Then they take 2 steps back by this horse shit, bringing in James Harden. Actually, not 2 steps back. They took about 4,327 steps back with this one. And here's my point, guys. I was reading something today that before this James Harden trade, all the Clipper starters were in plus minus. They were all plus, like plus 18, plus 15, plus 10, plus
Yep.
12. When James Harden come last night, James Harden was a minus 23, which means they got outscored by 23 points when he was on the floor. Westbrook was a minus 11. Kawhi was a minus 20. Paul George was a minus 16. Zubac was a minus 10. Jesus Christ, he's done ruined that chemistry. Worse, Clippers ain't got no chance. They're just trying desperate time calls for desperate moves, and I believe this is the last year that we see Kawhi and Paul George in the Clippers uniform because that's about to break up. But I would like to say, you talk about some epic games. I watched a game this weekend that was an absolute barn burner, and it was the Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder with Steph Curry's game-winning shot, 141 to 139 at the buzzer. That was also reviewed.
Crazy.
And also, with that being said, I'd like to bring up that Steph Curry is the first player in NBA history that's over the age 35 that has led his team scoring in the first 10 games of the season, and the first player in the NBA history over the age of 35 that is 49 threes through the first 10 games of the season, hitting 4 in every single game this year to this point. It's just something about those guys, LeBron James and Steph Curry. The longevity is insane. You think, like they said on ESPN, I thought something funny. Oh, Steph can't carry this team. He's getting old. LeBron can't carry that team. They're getting old. They're both aging like fine wine. I mean, it's insane to watch. I'm just glad, even if I do not like LeBron, I can accept that. Enjoy greatness while it lasts, because LeBron and Steph, they're a different breed, and it's slowly coming to an end. So just enjoy what both of them guys are doing. Who, by the way, I'd like to mention, LeBron had one of them 36, 10, and 8-point games the other night. So just enjoy what Steph and LeBron's doing for the league right now, because it's slowly dwindling down. But I tell you what, the chemistry Golden State is playing with so far, without that fucking clown Jordan Poole, it's insane. Chris Paul, get this, 29 assists to 2 turnovers. That is why you bring in Chris Paul. And I had my doubts, but watching it up close, I said, you know what? That's a good move. For one, the chemistry's not ruined. Jordan Poole was ruining that incident, had everybody shook. Once he's out the building, everybody's back to playing basketball, having fun. Looks like a different team this year. It looks like, to be honest, it looks like them and the Nuggets and everybody else in the West. Same way with the East. It looks like the Celtics and then everybody else.
The Bucks too,
and the Bucks as well. Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, and I don't think I believe I didn't speak on the Damian Lillard trade, but I'm not a fan of it. I am not a fan. I believe the Bucks are going to get put out. I believe they should not be the favorites, because you give away your best defensive player, Drew Holiday. And and I was worried about that. And look at these stats. Last year, the Bucks on defense, second in the NBA. This year, 27th. They can't stop a damn cold. They couldn't stop a fat blind man from running down the court and getting to the free throw line. It's insane. Giannis he's not shooting the ball well. Other than Damian Lillard, they have no shooters. I think Boston would sweep them if they played. In a 7-game series right now, I think Boston would sweep them. So we'll see if they make any moves at the deadline, get better defensively. But right now, Boston looks like they're head above water better than them.
Agreed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that is an interesting point. I didn't think about it from that angle.
Yeah, I didn't think about it from that angle either, actually. Also, another quick NBA news I also want to get into is that Udonis Haslem has now taken a role as the in the front office now. He is the new president of basketball operations for Miami Heat. Or new vice president of basketball development. So there you go.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yes, very much so. Also, the Charlotte Hornets player Terry Rozier is going to be out the next 2 games with a groin strain. And big news coming out of the Trailblazers. Center Robert Williams III is slated for knee surgery and is going to miss an extended period of time. So, but those are the biggest updates. Actually, I was gonna say this real quick. Kevin, you want to give a quick encapsulation of your Golden State Warriors so far, since you haven't been on?
Oh yeah, I've done did that. That's why I said like Chris Paul. I'm loving the addition so far. He's making that second unit so much better. Kuminga and Moody's playing a lot better. The addition of Dario Saric to stretch big who can shoot off the pick and roll, and got the love. Steph, like I said, Steph Curry's play. He's playing at an MVP level right now. Between him and Jason Tatum, and Nikola Jokic, that's your three MVP favorites at this point.
Yep.
And it's insane that Steph Curry's coming out there. Yesterday, by the way, I'd like to mention, he had an 18-point first quarter. Came out the gate firing. And there was one game a couple weeks ago I like to bring up that was pretty neat. Steph Curry in that rematch from that wild first-round Western Conference series against the Sacramento Kings, they pick up where they left off. Him and De'Aaron Fox went back and forth. Steph Curry with the easy 43 points and only missed 4 shots. That is insane. If he wanted to, if he took 10 more, he'd probably be at 60. But it's just fun watching him. I love watching De'Aaron Fox. That's probably my next favorite point guard in the NBA to watch right now because he's so exciting. And the Kings are such a good inspiration. They remind me of a young Warriors team. So I'm looking to see how they develop this year. But like I said, I think it's just Golden State and Denver, man. I think Dallas has made some strides. I like the additions Dallas has had, and I like what Sacramento's got. That's my 4 teams in the Western Conference that I'm like, yep, those are it.
Yeah, kind of similar to me with the Bulls. The Bulls, while they haven't had the best record, they've shown a lot of great promise. I mean, Zach LaVine's still playing very good. Alex Caruso has been the fucking star of that team lately. He's made some big, huge plays, some good blocks. He's made some key shots. The guy won a huge game winner a couple weeks ago that was all over. I saw it, and he's become really the key peg of that team. Alex Caruso has, of course we lost him a season ago or two because of the whole Grayson Allen situation, but then after that was resolved and all that, he got himself healed. He's come in so far these past 8 games and has proven to be a huge commodity within this Bulls team. Obviously, we know now that Patrick Beverley won't be back next year, and we know that DeMar DeRozan is going to stick around with the Bulls for the rest of his career. So, and it's cool to see the team that we have. I mean, obviously, there's some things that need to be changed around, and just they need to play better ball overall. But it's not a bad start. I mean, I wish they had a better record, but they're showing some great promise, and I think this will continue throughout the rest of the season.
Definitely.
So, let's go ahead and get into the NFL. We got a lot to get into, and oh my God, what a week it's been! Not only with the games, but the injuries again. Injuries. It just seems never stop. Horrific injuries that happened this past week. Of course, we lost several players. We lost one of the biggest ones, I think, was a torn Achilles by Daniel Jones of the football Giants. He had just came back after being out. Tyrod Taylor out for a while with his injury. And then Daniel Jones on a non-contact play tears his ACL, and he's done for the year.
And he's out for a while.
And now, real quick, the Giants have to make them a decision. I know you just paid Daniel Jones, but what are you going to do in the draft? Let's just say you get the number 1 pick because Chicago's clearly better than the Giants at the state that they're in right now. So what do you do? Do you want to move on for your $42 million man? Or do you want to keep them and upgrade the offensive line? Like, you got a decision to make if I'm the Giants. And honestly, if I'm the Giants, I'm trying. The offensive line is so atrocious. Like, it's got so many injuries on their line. You had a guy on Sunday Night Football the other night introducing himself as, my name is Justin Pughes, coming straight off the couch. Literally didn't even introduce what college he came from. He just said straight off the couch because he literally got hired straight off of the couch because the Giants are in desperate need of offensive line right now. It's atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And
I
also,
mean, when you look at both New York offensive lines, I mean, the Jets and the Giants offensive lines have been the cause of very significant injuries this season.
Yep.
unfortunately, that's been the case. A lot of ACL and Achilles tears. And speaking of Achilles tears, Cam Akers is out for the season with his Achilles.
Oof. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also Steelers have placed linebacker Cole Holcomb on injured reserve due to a knee injury he sustained. And has activated they've activated running back Anthony McFarland from IR as well. Speaking of injuries, Jalen Hurts, he had his knee bent sideways in that game against the Cowboys, but even with the bum knee, he was still able to go out there and complete some big passes, including a big touchdown play over by the corner of the end zone. Great job by Jalen Hurts, despite having a bum knee and limping throughout the game. He still was able to go out there and make some huge plays.
Got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, to be playing on a bum knee the rest of the way. I mean, he knew they were like, "You're coming out." He said, "Oh hell no, I can't come out." You know, and it got to
Well,
give
to
him
be
credit.
fair, he did have a bum knee going into that game, because if you don't remember, he hurt his knee at the end of the first half in the Miami game, and it's just been kind of nagging him ever since. He's been wearing a brace, and it don't help that the Cowboys are so desperate. They just start diving at people's knees trying to get sacks. That's not. I don't know how that wasn't flagged, but I digress on that one.
Yeah. Hurts, despite the bum knee, he had a very solid game on Sunday against the Cowboys defense, you know, and Philadelphia, man, you know, they're continuing on the up and up.
Also, also real quick, want to mention Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert out with a fracture in his right forearm.
Oh, and that's a huge miss for Philadelphia, because Goddard was just an incredible weapon as Hurts' security blanket, and to lose him for a while, yeah, that's going to be a huge loss as far as protection on the front with him being a tight end, and also in the receiving department.
Absolutely.
Yep. Those are the main injury notes I want to get into. Before we get into the quick little go over of this past week, I want to say congratulations to CJ Stroud, who has broke several records this past week. His 147.8 passer rating is the highest single game passer rating by a rookie quarterback, minimum 30 attempts in NFL history. His 470 passing yards are the most passing yards by a rookie in a game in NFL history. Became the youngest player ever with at least 450 passing yards in a game. It became just the sixth player in NFL history to record at least 450 passing yards and 5 touchdown passes with no interceptions in a game.
Unbelievable game by that young man.
Is playing on another level right now for a rookie as he is. He's doing so good.
How about to say, can you say Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, definitely. I'd like to rant on this just for a second. Not long. Listen, Carolina Panthers, you fucking idiots. You go out there. Listen, I'm already taking blood pressure. I'm already taking blood pressure medicine, so I don't need to get it up. But you come out here and you keep defending week after week. You run your mouth. You keep defending why you got Bryce. Oh, he can grow. He can grow. What did I say on this show before the draft? CJ Stroud was the best quarterback in the class. He was the most pro-ready quarterback in the class. And if you don't believe me, ask the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, I meant the Georgia Bulldogs, because that's what Philadelphia's defense is all the Georgia Bulldogs national championship defense when CJ Stroud threw for 400 on them. So that should have told you right then. He's doing that on NFL defenses. And you come out and still believe in Bryce Young. I mean, good God Almighty. I'm sorry, but Bryce has not impressed me like CJ Stroud did in that championship game his entire collegiate career. Name one of them 2 championship games at Alabama that Bryce Young has had. Name one of them Jalen Hurts performances at Alabama that Jalen Hurts had that Bryce Young did. I can't see any, and I don't remember any. So I wasn't impressed from the jump. And in Carolina, you gave up the fucking horse stack out there to get the number 1 pick, and you fucking whiffed You swung and missed. You struck out 5 Ks. You struck out 5 times. The number 1 pick, and you let go of everybody. You don't get no one. And then you want to run your mouth about, oh, the Texans have it better than us. Let me just remind you, clowns, the Texans won 2 games last year. They had the number 2 pick for a reason. You think they were good? You think this was San Francisco needing a quarterback to just, oh, let's trade up and get somebody? You think this was the Dolphins just going into their system? You think they had it made? The Texans literally had nothing. But you know what? The general manager put his balls out of his damn pants, went on the table, got paid money where they needed money. It ain't my fault David Tepper hires the shittiest fucking people in Carolina. Oh, let's go pay a 36-year-old in Adam Thielen, and he's going to be our number 1 guy. You idiot. While the Texans out there bought them a tight end, they paid for some defense. Oh, and not to mention DeMeco Ryans. You got Frank Wright as your head coach in Carolina, the clown who choked the Colts playoff chances away with Carson Wentz. You get this clown as your coach, while the Texans go after someone who's a certified player. Players love DeMeco Ryans, head coach, who once was a Texans legend and at linebacker, and he's got them boys playing good. That's not CJ's fault. It ain't your fault the fucking Carolina Panthers belong in the USFL. Jesus Christ, because the Texans are way better than you, and they made the right choice. Oh, and by the way, they got a cornerstone on defense, too, in Will Anderson. And guess what? The Texans didn't have to go give up a player like the Carolina Panthers did to trade all the way up to number 3. They didn't have to. Carolina gave away the fucking rich man's damn pocket to get the number 1 pick. Houston gave up 2 firsts and got Will Anderson.
And Kev,
somebody's not doing their job in Carolina.
And to add on to this, Kev, also Young threw 2 pick sixes in 1 game. 2 pick sixes, not 1, 2.
Oh, to the same player too, Kenny Moore. Yeah, I know.
Player. And
But I'd like to also mention, Ezra, you brought up a great point about CJ Stroud stats. Let me also mention this too. Before he threw his first interception, he broke the rookie record for the most rookie pass attempts without getting intercepted in an NFL debut. He had like 200 and something attempts before finally getting picked off.
Yep.
That is a rookie record as well.
And also about that game real quick too, Bo and I, we were on the road back from West Virginia listening to that game on the Sunday drive as they were going through all the games on NFL radio. And something told me that Stroud was going to throw a touchdown and win the game. And sure enough, about 2 seconds later, bam, he did. And that big completion to the 15-yard line of Tampa Bay was huge because it gave them a chance. And the fact that he got out of bounds. The receiver got out of bounds to put him in position, and Stroud capitalized. I mean, what an incredible poise that young man has.
And when we get into, we're going to talk about that game in just a few minutes because I'm going to go through the scores real quick before we do our predictions. But that's definitely definitely want to get into that Texas game here in a minute. But let's go ahead and get into the Joey. You got anything to say about CJ Stroud before we move on?
I don't have anything to say about CJ Stroud, but I do want to bring up something that was just announced as of 2:30 this afternoon.
What's
that is the fact that the Los Angeles Rams have signed quarterback Carson Wentz.
Oh, God bless their hearts.
The Los Angeles Circus is back in town.
Boys are back.
If it isn't the Lakers, it's the fucking Chargers.
Yep, it's official. We're about to see Sean McVay age by like 30 years over the rest of this year. He's gonna come back next year with gray hair, gray beard, and everything. Look old as shit.
Sean McVay is gonna turn into LeBron James 2023.
He'll lead the game with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter.
Good Lord in heaven. All right, here we go, guys. Not with the predictions, but let's just go through from this past week. Of course, Steelers beat the Texans 20-16. Steelers moved to 5-3 on the season. Still ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Deb. Chiefs beat the Dolphins in a kind of a close one, 21-14. That game took place, of course, in Frankfurt, Germany.
That was definitely
Taylor Swift took the second half off.
Something a little bit more offensive.
Yeah, the Chiefs had the Chiefs with their bad, because you got to think it was 7-0 into the second. Chiefs were in a bit of a funk, so they had to shake it off in order to get through the rest of the game.
Oh my god!
Come on, man.
That's what they say to Travis Kelce every time he's been hurt the rest of the year when he sprained his ankle. Just shake it off, get back in the game.
With the Dolphins losing this game, for them it's like death by 1,000 cuts. There we go. All right, 2 Taylor Swift references in. There we go. We're done now. In this one right here, the Vikings beat the Falcons 31-28, and a big congrats to Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, and the Falcons are pretty much garbage, but yeah, congratulations to Josh Dobbs. I mean, keep in mind, he hardly was able to practice with Minnesota after landing with them in that trade that sent from Arizona to Minnesota. I mean, he was hardly able to practice with them, but yet he goes out and plays a great game and guides into a dub. No wonder he got the game ball afterwards.
Yep.
He deserved it.
Let me just say this one thing about this, and it ain't even about the Falcons itself. It's the whole division. This might be a race for the team who wins 4 games first to win the division. Because listen, somebody told me an interesting stat, and it's a different game, but the Carolina Panthers, the worst team in football, are still only 3 games out from the division lead. Are you freaking serious? As the worst team in football, they are 3 games out from the division. Yeah, that division. Take them to the Canadian Football League. They don't belong in the NFL.
No.
This is Jesse Ventura, and the Minnesota Vikings have once again won another game. That's great. Now I can rant on about how Vince McMahon's WWF was the best on the planet. All right, moving on.
I'm telling you what, once TB12 retired, the NFC South became trash.
Let me tell you, yeah, I agree. And let me tell you something else. That is, the Ravens had turned the Seahawks or the Sea Chickens into Popeye's chicken sandwiches because they cooked them 37-3.
Oh my god! And the Ravens and these 2 big wins against the Lions and the Seahawks. The stat that's staggering to me is they have outscored these 2 division leaders 75-9. It is just staggering how the Ravens are playing right now.
Hey, since the Ravens killed the Seahawks, wouldn't that be considered cannibalism?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Bird on bird violence.
Yes.
I tried to tell everybody about the Baltimore Ravens. I said, that's going to be a good team. Lamar's finally got some weapons. He's finally got his contract. I said, if he can stay healthy, Lamar's going to show everybody why he deserves that money that he got. And boy, if he's not in the MVP conversation, you have lost your fucking mind. Seattle, by the way, let me just say this. Must be nice that Seattle has played absolute dog shit other than the Lions the entire fucking season. But you know what? Oh, Seattle's about to get their work because Seattle, and I don't want to talk about it too much because it's future, but Seattle's future games, they got Washington, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Dallas. Good luck. Good luck, Seattle. You're about to finally get what you got coming to you because you're not that good.
Nope. And the Browns beat the Cardinals 27-0. And speaking of the Cardinals,
oof,
Mr. Modern Warfare returns this week.
Oh, good for him.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, there ain't no DLC out.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, Modern Warfare 3 is coming out, so he might get injured again just in time for play.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get sacked. He's gonna get sacked, and there is ACL. Oh, you know what? That makes more COD for me.
Oh, coworker calls off, and you know how a coworker calls off and says, "Oh, I'm sick," and then you find out that they're on PSN or on Xbox Live playing their games. That's what Kyler Murray. I injured my shoulder in that game. I gotta go out. Next thing you know, he's already back in the locker room fucking playing Modern Warfare 3. You can see it on your phone on the PSN. Packers beat the Rams 20-3.
Oh my.
Oh, that game
you know what?
horrible.
The 49ers take 1 week off from carrying this fucking NFC West. And what do? They score a combined 6 points between 3 teams in 3 different games. Good job, Seattle, Arizona, and LA. 6 points. Holy shit. We take 1 week off on a bye, and you jabronis are out there scoring 6 points combined. Holy shit.
Yep.
Oh my god. And then the next game is the Texans beating the Buccaneers 39-37. And let's talk about this. The kicker for the Texans down with an injury. So what did he do? They bring in their running back. What did
they bring in the running back?
Kicks the go-ahead.
Unbelievable. He kicked it so good. I'm like, and me and Bo were sitting there on the way home going, holy shit, he actually kicked it through. Like, this was nuts. Like,
yeah, but the way the ending of the game is, I do not believe D'Amico for 1 minute, instead of going for the extra point or a 2-point conversion, just sit on the ball. Because the way that game ended, it was not out of the realm of possibility for the Texans to shank something and the Bucs come up with a last-second touchdown or heroic the way the ending of that game goes. So D'Amico played it good and just said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take the down and get down and take a knee. I ain't going for 2. I'm not kicking. I'm not doing nothing. So good job for D'Amico just saying he ain't even going to chance.
Very smart coaching. So I will agree on that. And Joey's Commanders pick up a victory against the Patriots 20-17.
With a pick 6 right there at the very end. Nice job, fellas.
Yep,
very good job, man. Bears unfortunately lose to the Saints 24-17, but a great first half from Tyson Bagent. He had 2 big, huge touchdown plays to Cole Kmet, including one that ended up number 2 on the SportsCenter's top 10 plays of the week. With that one, that was when Cole Kmet raised up over the defender in the corner to get the ball. 6'6" tight end there comes in there and makes the big grab. Unfortunately, that game was not a good game for Chicago again, but I will give Bagent credit because he came out there to play. He's not intimidated. He throws quick passes, and he's got a cannon of an arm on him too. I will give him credit. But Justin Fields, I believe, is set to return here within the next week or so. I believe Fields is going to be on his way back. So we'll see what happens there. Panthers lose to the Colts 27-13. No shock there. The Raiders coming off the firings of Josh McDaniels and win 30-6.
What a thought. You fired your awful head coach and your general manager, and oh, look, you won a football game. Good for you.
But I heard they have to pay a grand total of $80 million.
$80 million for them to sit on their couch and not do a damn thing. You know what this resembles, to be honest? The Indianapolis Colts when they fired Frank Wright, and everybody thought Jeff Saturday, whoopee, yippee, he won the first game. Let's see what Antonio Pierce does in the next 5 games to follow, because they could very well go 0-5. Because really, you beat the Giants and you think you've done something? Come on, let's see you go against the Kansas City Chiefs and how well you do.
It's Bobby, for Josh McDaniels and him, it just became Bobby Bonilla Day in the NFL.
Dang.
Wow.
And it in a shootout kind of, the Cowboys beat the Eagles 28-23. Kevin, I know you got something to say about this. Fire off.
You know what? It kills me that these Cowboy fans sit around and say, the best team did not win that day. Shut your mouth, because let me just tell you one thing. The Cowboys played a hell of a game. Let me say that. The Cowboys played great. Dak played very great. Defense showed up when they needed to. CeeDee Lamb had a hell of a game. He was C&D ball all game long. 12 catches, 12 targets, 11 catches, 100 yards. The problem was Philadelphia has still not hit their stride. They have not hit their long stride yet. They're not playing the best. They're playing good enough, but that should be demoralizing to Cowboys and their fans. Oh, you could not have played a better ball game. And Philadelphia still, with the injuries, with the offense trying to come together and click, they still beat you. Imagine if Philadelphia played their A game. They'd run all over Dallas. And again, something about Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys running out of time at the end of the game really strikes a nerve. It really grinds my gears because it happens very too often. Oh, you get back in it. You got a chance. You catch the ball at the 1 yard line, get tackled, zeros on the clock.
Unbelievably bad clock management.
Again, Mike
Awful.
McCarthy is your reason your team is clownish. You got all the talent in the world. You got the quarterback that can play. You got the receiver. You got the defense. You got the offensive line. You got everything. The problem is Mike McCarthy is so used to riding the fucking coattails of Aaron Rodgers that people actually think this fucking damn donut boy Peter Griffin is a good coach when he's not. I mean, it must be nice to sit there and ride the fucking coattails of Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to get you a championship, having people think you're good. What have you done since, huh? Nothing. Your
Nothing.
game plan sucks. Your route sucks. Your offensive play calling is fucking vanilla as fuck. You're calling the same damn plays and the same route concept. Like, Jesus Christ, it's easy to know what you're calling. There's nothing and then Jerry Jones is so damn senile, so he needs to go to a damn rest home because he's putting all the blame in all the wrong places. Oh, it's Kellen Moore's fault when that's your most creative offensive play caller that you have, and you want to know why? The Dallas Cowboys last year were 5th in offense. This year, 18th. What does that tell you? Your play calling sucks. And you want to sit there and blame Kellen Moore? Ah, come on, man. Shut up. Philadelphia, all they have to do is if they play their A game, Dallas is not even in this game. Philadelphia, at best, played a B-, and Dallas played an A+ up until the end and still lost. I'm sorry, but Dallas, you're not going to beat Philadelphia. You're not going to beat that. You're not going to beat San Francisco. And honestly, I don't think you'll even beat Detroit if you're Dallas. You're not going to beat the 3 of them teams. And it's just like that. You're just not good enough. Mike McCarthy is holding this team down. I've said it and I'll scream it until I'm blue in the face. Mike McCarthy's not that guy.
Exactly,
man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Moving forward to the last couple games so we can get to the predictions. Right here, the Bills lost to the Bengals 24-18. Very significant. It's the first time the Bills have visited the Bengals stadium since Damar Hamlin's health issue that nearly cost him his life. And it was Damar Hamlin's first time on that field since that incident. So he was inactive for that game, but he was there to fortunately be back for him to be back. They lost the game, but it's a significant moment for them. And then the Chargers beat the Jets 27-6 for Monday Night Football last night, which you all talked about how an abysmal performance that was. Crazy. But let's get into it, guys. Joey, I believe you have a winner to announce first.
Yes, I do. Real quick. Let's see. I won the prediction battle last week, going 10-4. Steven and Ezra finished tied for second at 9-5, and then Kevin went 8-6. And as I promised last week, tonight I am announcing the overall standings up to this point for our prediction battle. So without further ado, let's get to it. In first place right now is myself, with an overall record of 88-48.
This game is fixed.
In second place right now is Steven with a record of 85-51. In third place, it is Ezra with a record of 82-54. And of course, last place, Kevin, 81-55.
Oh, and of course, I see how that goes. And of course, last place, Kevin Roy. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, Joey, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
That's a Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, you got some work to do, brother.
Yeah, don't make him put his feet all over Eddie Murphy's couch. How would I put my feet all over Eddie Murphy's couch? Anyways, All right. That's cool, man. Congratulations to you, Joey, the guy who creates the score predictions as a winner. Of course, that's not fucking fixed.
You're shaving points off the score prediction.
I thought this was football predictions, not pro wrestling bookings. God damn. All right. Anyways, moving on from that, we got to get into this. All right, here we go. Week 10 picks. I would make a creative sponsor, but I have nothing. Let's go with the first game, and that is the Carolina Panthers traveling to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. I'm starting off this one. Bears win 23-0.
I'm going to go with the Bears. No, Panthers are traveling all right to get their ass whooped again. I'm going to go Chicago. I'm going to go Chicago 20-3.
Yes, and breaking news: this game will not be broadcast on national TV. It will be broadcasted on TikTok.
Hosted by Jackson Mahomes.
God.
Yeah, you know what? Give me the Bears. I'm gonna go with the weirdest score possible, 18-9, Chicago.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm gonna go an even odder score. I'm going 19-11.
What? Okay.
And Hijacker has a score because Hijacker unfortunately could not make it due to today being election day. He does run the election stuff down there in his area of the Bay Area, so he's not on today's show. But he's got Chicago 21-13.
And let's see, William
30-10 Bears.
Yep, got it. Yep. Next.
I'm surprised he didn't say the Cubs over the Kitty Cats.
All right, here we go. Next game is another overseas game. It is
Germany.
In Germany again, in Frankfurt. It is the Colts taking on the New England Patriots, and the Patriots will be the home team.
Yawn.
Give me the Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts. I'm going to go Indianapolis 27-14.
All right, give me the Colts in this one. I'm going to go almost the same score. I'm going to go 23-14.
Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts in this one. 23-10. And Hijacker.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead, bud.
No, go ahead, because I got something to add on to it.
Oh, okay. Hijackers got the Colts 31-25.
Ooh, high scoring game in Germany. Hey, I'm gonna go with the Colts, of course, but I'm gonna go Colts. Let me just say this: I'm gonna go Colts 20-13 against New England. But there are a bunch of speculations that a monumental change could happen because if the Patriots lose and fall to 2-8, they could fire Bill Belichick, Hall of Fame coach, and move on from him. And their dream scenario in the offseason was to trade or buy out Mike Vrabel to succeed him in New England.
And William has the Colts, or as he's called them, the Dolts, beating the Patriots 20-3.
Wow, imagine if Bill Belichick gets fired. That'd be crazy.
Wow.
Well, that'll be his own doing, or that'll be the doing of the coaches and all that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1 o'clock start. The Cleveland Browns going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens.
Ooh, this is going to be a good game, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, but I'll go ahead and start off. Give me the Ravens. They are on a hot streak right now, and I don't see that hot streak coming to an end anytime soon. I do think this one might be just a tad bit closer than how the Baltimore's last two games. So give me Baltimore in this one. I'm going to go 27-17.
Give me Baltimore as well. I'm going to go Baltimore. I'm going to go 23-21.
Wow. Okay.
Give me Baltimore.
Yeah.
Give me Baltimore in this one. Baltimore 28-20.
All right.
I think this is going to be a close game, not like the last time they played, because the last time they played rookie quarterback, they skunked them 28-0. Deshaun Watson's been playing good here lately, so I'm going to go Baltimore in a nail biter, 24-21, last game winning on field goal.
And William has, as he's calling them, the Blackbirds, 21-17.
So are they the blackbirds singing in the dead of night just to take out their wings and learn to fly? And Hijacker has the Bengals winning. Or yeah, that's the right game. Is the Bengals winning? Is that the right game? Am I reading the right one?
No, it's the Browns and the Ravens.
Oh, he has everything all mixed up. Okay. Baltimore 21-20.
Whoa.
Hijacker's
Okay.
It's Hijacker, man. Here we go. Houston Texans are going to the jungle to take on the Bengals.
Ooh, this is going to be a tough game to call.
Yeah, this one's gonna be kind of tough, but as good a performance as we saw from C.J. Stroud last week. I mean, the Bengals, they're playing at home, so I got to give the edge to Cincinnati. I think it's going to be very close, though. Giving the Bengals 28-24.
Yeah, I'm gonna I think this is gonna be my game of the week. I think this is gonna be a barn burner. I'm gonna say Joe Burrow's gonna throw for 385 and CJ Stroud's gonna throw for 355, and they're gonna be dueling it out. But I think Cincinnati's playing real hot right now. They're dominating right now. Joe Burrow looks like himself, so I got Cincinnati on a game-winning field goal, 30-27.
Same score as me, Kev. I like what Burrow and company are doing right now. I think they're going to continue that hot streak. I like what Stroud's doing. The kid's got a bright future in the NFL, but I think the Bengals are going to pull this one out just barely on a game-winning field goal. Same score, 30-27.
For me, I'm going to go with Baltimore as well. I'm going to go Baltimore.
Cincinnati?
Yep.
Cincinnati. You mean Cincinnati?
Hijacker's scores got me all fucked up, man. It's not in the order of the NFL schedule on like NFL.com. It's by his order. But that's good. It's all good, Hijacker. I'm gonna go with the Bengals over the Texans. It's gonna be a good scoring game. I think it's gonna be pretty close. It's gonna be 28-24.
Ooh. All right.
And then Hijacker.
Okay, same score as me.
Yeah, same score as you, Joey. Hijacker has his 28-17.
Okay.
And William has Cincinnati 28-24. Look at that. Same score.
Wow.
Nice.
Here's the funny thing is, I'm not looking at Hijacker's scores ahead of time. I'm reading them, and I'm not even looking at the YouTube. So
I'm gonna laugh at all you guys if it's in the rain and it's 10-7. Final score.
that would be the crazy shit to happen, of course.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, next game is your 49ers, Kevin, taking on the Jacksonville Jags at TIAA Bank Field.
I think that's going to be a barn, but that's going to be my second game of the week. I think that's going to be a close game. The 49ers actually got some rest. Maybe we could figure it out before we're putting our boot up Steve Wilkes' ass, getting Chase Young out there. I think that's going to be big. I think we win this one. I'm going to say it's going to come down to the end. Not a game winner, but I think it's going to be 31-28 San Francisco.
You know what, Kevin? That's the same score I was thinking. 31-28. Same score, San Fran.
I'm going to go with the Niners as well. I think this is going to be an absolute barn burner of a game. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go pretty high on this one. I'm going to go the 49ers on a game-winning field goal, 37-35.
Oh, that's a high score.
I can see it with the way Jacksonville's been playing lately. You know, Jacksonville's been playing very good ball. So I can't give them any shit. Trevor Lawrence has been Trevor Lawrence has been playing damn good this year, man.
He
And
has.
not to mention, Travis Etienne is running the ball down defenders' throats.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with San Francisco in a close one. I think they're going to get it back on track. I think it's going to be close. I'm going to go with San Francisco 24-21.
Okay. And Hijacker has a score for that game, 31-28, San Fran. Or as he calls it, Santa Clara.
I'm surprised he didn't say Santa Clara.
That's why I said Santa Clara.
And William has the Niners winning 30-20.
Okay. All right. Next game is the Saints going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings.
This is
a tough
ugly.
one.
Yeah.
Love Josh Dobbs. Love what he's doing, man. But I think somebody's got to win that atrocious NFC South. And I think the Saints are going to take a step ahead, man. I think the Saints pull this one out with the score of 22-17 against the Vikings.
Ooh.
Okay. Give me the Saints in this one. Give me the Saints 26-20.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Saints as well in a close one. The Vikings have had a nice little run, but I think that run's going to come to a screeching halt. I'm going to go with the Saints as well in a close one, 23-20.
23-21 Saints.
Damn, Alvin and the Chipmunks going to win.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Williams,
I don't know.
Williams got the Jesse Ventures. Obviously, the Vikings. 20-14.
Well, let me guess. Is Jesse Ventura going to play quarterback?
Right scores. You have picked the right score there. That is the right score to pick. You know, I was doing these score predictions in the Gulf of Tonkin. I'm a frog man. You know that.
Good job, William, on that one, man.
Minnesota.
Don't you know?
Anyways, Hijacker has Minnesota winning 15-9.
Damn.
Logical.
Battle of the field goals.
No safeties.
Yeah,
No safeties.
you know how much he loves his safeties. Green Bay Packers going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Give me Green Bay in this one. I'm not even taking. Even though I hate the Packers, and I would love to see them get their asses handed to them. Give me the Packers and a score of 17-14.
You know what? All I'm going to say is Green Bay lost to the fucking Broncos. I am not going to choose the Green Bay Packers in this game. Pittsburgh is going to keep it rolling. I'm going to go Pittsburgh in this game 14-8.
God dang!
Jordan Love is hot garbage. And I mean that like the steaming garbage that's smoking out the trash can.
Yeah, you know what?
Holy cannoli.
I'm gonna follow Kevin's suit. I'm gonna go with the Steelers as well. You know what? I'm gonna go just about the same score. I'm feeling something very, very odd. Give me the Steelers 12-8.
Well, it makes sense. You are odd after all.
Give me the Steelers as well. I don't trust the Packers whatsoever. At all. Oh my god, after losing to the Broncos a couple weeks ago. What the fuck? Anyway.
Well, I got I got one thing to say though about the Steelers and Kenny Pickett. You should feel like shit because there's another stat I want to bring up. CJ Stroud has more touchdown passes in his NFL career than Kenny Pickett, and Kenny Pickett's in his second year in the league.
Oof.
Let that sink in, Steeler fans.
Give me Pittsburgh in a close one. I got Pittsburgh winning 17-9.
Hijacker has Pittsburgh winning 17-16.
Ooh, okay.
Next game is is the Tennessee Titans taking on Tampa Bay Bucks.
And William has the Packers 2017.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm gonna go start with this one. I gotta go with the Bucks in this one. Tennessee has just been playing like complete garbage. Give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks 27-7.
Ooh.
And Hijacker has that game 24-10 Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna give a nod of confidence. I'm gonna follow the script because Tennessee seems to do it. Play a good game, play like shit. Play a good game, play like shit. They just play like shit. And it was announced today that Ryan Tannehill is benched full time for Will Levis. So I think Will Levis, as the full time starting quarterback, has himself a hell of a day. And I think they upset the Bucks. That's gonna be my upset for today. I'm gonna go 27-24 Tennessee over Tampa Bay.
I'm going to follow suit with Kev on this one. I'm going to go with the Titans. I think, like Kevin has just said, that the Titans are up and down. They have good weeks, bad weeks. I'm going to go with the Titans and a close one, 28-23.
I'm following suit as well. I'm going to Titans. I think Will Levis and Derrick Henry are going to have monster games, especially since I just picked up Derrick Henry in fantasy, so I kind of need him to show out. But yeah, I'm going with the Titans as well. I'm going Titans. We're going to go 31-23.
And Williams going with the Mayfields 27-17.
Oh, God.
All right, next game is the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Cardinals.
Jesus, this
And
game is
yes.
Cardinals with the return of Kyler Beta Tester Murray.
And this is my dumpster fire game of the week right here, buddy.
Yeah.
But
Give me
somebody's got to win this game. With that being
Unfortunately.
said, I'm going the Falcons. I think the Falcons are going to get the job done. I don't think Kyler Murray is going to be as ready as he thinks he is. So give me the Falcons. I'm going to go 17-10.
Give me Atlanta as well. I'm going to go with the Falcons 19-14.
20-13 Atlanta, and Hijacker has that score. 30-6.
Dear God.
Good Lord.
You know what? I'm gonna go in an upset. I think Kyler Murray impresses, and I think the Cardinals pull it out. I just don't trust Atlanta. I trust Atlanta. I trust Atlanta as much as I trust R. Kelly in the closet. I don't trust Atlanta.
Oh, man.
They're on the West Coast. I'm gonna go. I think Arizona wins this one. I think they're gonna shock them. I think it's gonna be 20-17 Arizona.
I trust you. I trust Arizona as much as I trust Dick Cheney with his shotgun.
And William has in the comments, trash game he's calling it this week. Falcons 10-3.
Dude, this was more of a dumpster fire than the ratings for AEW Collision.
Dumpster fire. Are we talking about Zach Wilson? Oh no, that's coming up. We're talking about the Cardinals.
Let's go to the next game. The Lions taking on the Chargers.
Ooh, this was going to be this was actually going to be pretty tough to call.
Stop it. Tough to call. Brandon Staley is the Chargers head coach, for crying out loud. Dan Campbell can out coach him in a coma. Give me the Lions in this one, and I don't think it's going to be close. Give me the Lions 24-7.
Give me the Lions 30-10.
Coming out swinging. I'm going to go with Detroit as well. I'm going to go with the Lions to beat the Chargers in true Chargers fashion. I'm going to go with the Lions 24-20 on a game-winning pick six.
Listen to this. Hijacker has them winning 35-24. Good God.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I was being sarcastic. You know, you got to drop a little humor now and then. Give me the Lions in this one. This is going to be a monster game for Jared Goff and Amon St. Brown, along with that running attack with Jameer Gibbs. Give me Detroit in this one, 35-17.
I was gonna say, people think this is gonna be a bar burner game and it's gonna be super close. Their ideas are more outlandish than the Rocky Horror Picture Show was back in 1979.
Ooh, not even
Ooh.
close. Williams got the Lions, or he's calling them Motown, 28-10.
Let me just say this piece of news I read earlier.
Okay.
The Chargers GM actually apologized to the team for signing J.C. Jackson after they traded him back to New England to that massive contract. Okay, you're apologizing for signing the player, but what about that atrocious head coach you have over there running Justin Herbert straight into the fucking ground? You need to apologize for that and get him the hell up out of here.
Yep.
All right. Everybody got all right. Next game. It is the game that is the pure destruction of a New York football team, and I'm not talking about the Jets. I'm talking about the Giants taking on the Cowboys.
Yes, and keep in mind, before anybody gets their score, Fox Sports has called this game the game of the week, and I'm like, really?
All because it's a divisional showdown. That's why.
But still, it's
They're not even going by record of the gameplay. They're going by the fucking what the rivalry is. Give me that stop the Dallas Cowboys. Give me that game. You know what? Another high scoring one. 31-3.
Give me the Cowboys in this one. I'm going to go with Dallas 34-3.
Hijacker, listen to this. Dallas over the Giants 42-9.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not going to score that much, man. Give me in the words of The Rock, divisional The Rock's ass, because that who cares about a divisional game? Jesus Christ. It going to be Dallas.
Matter if it's a divisional game.
Give me the Cowboys 24-3.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a little reference out there. I'm sure most of everybody out there has heard a book called A Tale of Two Cities. I'm changing the title. This one's going to be called A Tale of Two Blowouts. The Cowboys went to New York in game one and beat them 40-0. This time they're going to Dallas for this game. Please, give me Dallas in this one, 34-0.
Oh, another shutout. And Williams got the Cowboys winning 40-10.
Yeah, too many injuries and the switching of quarterbacks is not going to do them any favors.
No. God, no. No.
Especially since Tommy DeVito is going to be starting this game for the Giants. Give me a freaking break.
Especially with Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones now both being out for basically for the year.
Yep.
So next game is your Commanders, Joey, taking on the Seattle Sea Chickens. It's tough, but I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Ooh.
No, okay. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. Give me the Commanders 21-14.
Okay.
And Hijacker has the Commander, or no, he has the Seahawks 23-16.
In reality, I hope the Commanders win 42-2, but I know that's not going to happen. They're on the West Coast. Give me the Sea Clucks, the Sea Cluckins. Unfortunately, 23-20.
Nice.
Same score. Seattle.
Okay. And then William?
Let me see.
21-17 Seattle.
Okay, 21-17 Seattle. Okay.
You know what? I'm going the same score as the two of you, Steven and Kevin, but I'm flipping the script. I'm going Commanders.
Okay.
I'm going Commanders 23-20.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll laugh all the way to the bank at Seattle losing. Imagine that. Hey, The Commanders might be my second favorite team. Then they give us Chase Young for free, and then they turn around. They give us Trent Williams and Chase Young for free, and then turn around and beat Seattle for us. Holy
Yep.
shit! That might be my second favorite team in the NFL.
Oh God!
Next.
Now this
Sunday
is the
night.
second. Yeah, this is my
is
second.
America's.
dumpster
This is
fire
truly
game of the
America's
week.
game of the week. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, it's the Jets and the Raiders. Sunday.
Oh,
This
dear
is my
heaven
second
almighty.
dumpster fire game of the week. Come on, give me a break.
Give me the Raiders in this one. Give me the Raiders in this one. 23-17.
Give me the Raiders in this one. I don't trust Zachy Wacky Wilson to throw to save my life. I'm going to go with the Raiders 20-10.
I'm going to go with the Raiders in this one. I'm going to go 17-13.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to be funny because this is shout out to the Jets defense. They have one of the best defenses in a long time. So I'm going to pick the Raiders. Give me the Raiders over the Jets. 6-3.
What?
Oh, God.
Wow.
Jets defense is just going to walk the fuck off like Antonio Brown after the game. They're going to get sick of this shit. Don't even give up a touchdown and still lose the damn game.
And
They're
William
gonna
has
get
the
pissed.
Raiders winning 21-17.
Buffalo.
Monday night game.
Hijacker has the Jets winning 26-21.
Venom.
All right.
Now Monday night.
Zach Wilson saying Josh McDaniels' mom. Oh, for that game.
All right. Next, the final game. Monday Night Football.
Monday night up in Buffalo.
Yep, Denver and Buffalo. So, I'm gonna go with. Obviously, I'm gonna go with Denver. No, I'm kidding. I'm going Buffalo. Fuck that. I'll go Buffalo. Give me Buffalo. Give me Buffalo in this one. 34-20. And then Hijacker has Buffalo 31-17.
Give me Buffalo to rebound. They're pissed off. They're full of piss and vinegar. They're going to demolish the Donkeys. I'm going to go with Buffalo 30-13.
Give me the Bills over the Great Value Rollbacks 37-13.
Yeah. Broncos country, let's walk. And that's what they're going to do because it's going to be Buffalo is going to get back. This is a tune-up game for Buffalo. This is like this is like Alabama versus North Carolina A&T. Like it's a tune-up game. Give me Buffalo to get back on track, 31-3. And also, I'd like to mention this: anybody watched the Buffalo game? The audibles. We talk about how Peyton Manning used to say Omaha in his audibles. Have you heard Josh Allen's audibles? All you hear is Taylor Swift, LeBron James. I'm like, wait, what? So apparently it's a whole bunch of damn people. That's his audible. Hell, one of them was Bobby Wagner.
Well,
Wagner.
Yeah, Wagner.
Bobby Wagner.
What's next? What's next? Fucking what's next? They're gonna be doing what's next? Freaking Texas Rangers signs is gonna be fucking Creed titles.
Well, I heard last night. No, for real. I heard one last night from Zach Wilson. His audible was booty, and I said, I bet you are thinking about some damn booty. That's why you can't even damn throw a damn football right now. You're worried about finding a damn mom, ain't you?
Oh man, and those are all right. And we got it in, guys. Those are the picks of the week, and they're locked in and ready to go. Outside of that, out of some quick two MMA notes, there was a couple changes coming up in the fights. I know Volkanovski's got a new opponent and all that. You can read about that on UFC.com. But I don't have any more big headlines to read. Do any of you guys have anything before we swipe it off for today?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, let's do it, guys. Final thoughts. Let's hit it. Joey, you're up.
Awesome show with you guys. It was great having the four-headed monster back for the first time in a while. Awesome job with the NFL, the NBA news, and keep in mind, the LA Clippers still suck ass.
There we go. Awesome.
Yeah, but awesome job with everybody tonight. Enjoy the sports wherever you are. And, of course, No matter where you are in the world, either stay hot, stay cold, stay wet, or stay dry. Peace out.
Yeah, absolutely. Kevin?
I agree. Good talking sports. Good being back on the show. And you're right, Joey. The Carolina Panthers fans are going to be wet. They're going to remain wet and sobbing in their own damn tears for the rest of the season. But anyway, it was good to be back and good to clown some of these ass clowns that are in this league. But I enjoyed it and hope everybody else does.
Oh, I'm sure they will. All right. Steven, you know the drill.
Yes, I do. A great show with you fine gentlemen here today. Great to have everybody back on here today. And shout outs to Randy being in the chat, William being in the chat, my buddy, my brother from another mother, Bo Morse.
By the way, Steven, is he related to Steve Morse?
No, I wish he was, but that would be badass. Unfortunately, he's not. But Bo's a good friend of mine of 7 years. We just had 2 rocking concerts. Dirty Honey on Wednesday with Austin Meade opening up, and then Saturday night with Tool headlining in Charleston, West Virginia. And the opening act was Steel Beans, and he was literally a one-man band. It was really cool, playing drums, guitar, and singing all at the same time. Just remarkable. And had a great time this past weekend with him and last week at those 2 concerts. And you could follow us on Twitter at ON_sports show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show, and where we are live on YouTube at YouTube.com/Nation Sports Show. Great show with you guys. And also don't forget to follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, it is at The Nation's Corner. And don't forget to check out the guys and gal this Saturday as they recap the wild week in professional wrestling with the latest breaking news in Japan. With all of that happening on January 4th, that's going to be incredible. The card is already stacked and more matches will be announced. And obviously AEW has Full Gear happening in a couple of weeks, actually less than a week. And WWE has Survivor Series coming up in a couple of weeks in Chicago. And that should be very interesting. And with that being said, great show with you guys. And looking forward to be back on next week and recapping week 10 in the NFL and talking about all of the news in the world of sports. And with that being said, Ezra, wrap us up as you know how to do, my friend.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for being on the show as always. It's a great time as always with you gentlemen. Glad to have the 4-headed monster, like Joey said, back. It's good to have the crew back together. Definitely we got into a lot of great topics. And all other sports news, of course, can be found on your local stuff. Also, thanking everybody who watched this on demand later on as well as live. We thank you guys for joining us. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Please follow our Nation Sports Show. We love the support. We love for you guys to share with your friends and family if you enjoyed this. And next week we'll be back once again with more sports. And like you said, a lot of wrestling to cover this week. Everything from Power Struggle to Crown Jewel to Raw, SmackDown, GCW, everything in between. We'll get to all that this later on this week with the Nation's Quarter. But with that being said, for Kevin Rory, for Randy Geyer, for Stephen Wyan, and for Joey Thornton, I am Ezra Vickery, and we will see you next week with another great edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you all next time. Peace out, and enjoy the wonderful world of sports.
Turn me up.